Hi there, I'm Anna from Animated Physio, and today I'm going to take you through some pelvic floor relaxation exercises. Just like any other muscle groups in our body, our pelvic floor muscles can become tight and tense. So in today's session, I'm going to take you through some stretches and some ways to relax those muscles and to get them feeling better. Our pelvic floor muscles have a wide range of functions, and trying to teach our pelvic floor muscles how to relax can really help with improving the function of our organs that sit in our pelvis. So let's start off with some diaphragmatic breathing as our first exercise. So for this one, you're just going to have a seat, if you can, sitting on a firm surface, so you can have a feel of how your pelvis feels just against the floor here. You're going to take one hand onto your belly and your other hand's going to come just onto your chest. And then we're going to just feel our belly rising and expanding, pushing out into our hand with our chest as we inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to feel your chest falling and your belly button drawing in towards your spine. So we're going to do a big inhale through our nose. And then exhaling through our mouth. Big inhale through our nose. And then exhaling through our mouth. So as you're breathing in and out, as you inhale, try and think about letting your belly expand, letting your chest rise and your rib cage expand. As you exhale, as you're breathing out, your chest is sinking down, your ribs are sinking inwards, your belly button is drawing in towards you. So as you're inhaling, that's when our pelvic floor muscles are going to start to relax. And then as we're exhaling, that's when that tension will just increase a little bit as we breathe out. So we're inhaling, thinking about expanding, creating that space, and exhaling. As we're exhaling, we're just feeling that little bit of tension coming through our body each time we breathe out. We'll just go for a couple more big deep breaths. We'll go for one more. So that's our first exercise, our diaphragmatic breathing, our deep breathing, thinking about getting those muscles to relax each time we do that big deep inhale. Next, we're going to come into our pigeon stretch. So for our pigeon stretch, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and then you're going to bring one foot up in front of you. You're going to step your foot across, so it's going to come towards your opposite wrist. You might want to slide your foot back a little bit, depending on how flexible you are through your hips. And then you're going to take your knee down to the floor, and then from here, you're going to slide your other leg back. We're trying to keep our pelvis square on. And then from here, you can come down onto your elbows, or to increase the stretch further, you can take your head down to the floor. And we're going to take a few deep breaths here in our pigeon stretch. With all these stretches, if you try and hold them for 30 to 60 seconds, and try and make sure you're breathing really deeply as you hold the stretch. So we're going to do this one on the other side as well, just so we're nice and even through our hips. So taking yourself up, you're going to slide that leg round, back to hands and knees. Take your other foot forward, step it across, knee comes to the floor, sliding your other leg back. And then again, popping down as far as you feel is comfortable for you. So you can come onto your elbows, where you can rest your head all the way down. You might feel like there's a difference in tension from side to side as you hold this one as well. So don't worry if you want to hold a slightly different position on one side to the other. If you feel a bit tighter through one side than the other. So nice deep breaths as we hold this stretch. And then slowly coming back up onto our hands and knees from here, sliding that leg round, and we're coming onto our hands and knees. Then from here, we're going to go into our third exercise. So we're going to try our extended shell stretch. For this one, we're going to bring our big toes, touch them together. Take your knees as wide as your mat, or take them wider than your hips if you're on a carpeted floor. And then just sitting back onto your heels. And from here, you're going to stretch your hands away. Relax your head down. Think about letting your chest relax down to the floor. Letting your belly sit between your knees here. Think about relaxing that tailbone down towards your heels. And again, we take a few deep breaths here as we hold this position. You might feel like you can sink into the stretch a little bit deeper with each breath cycle that you complete here. And then we're going to slowly come up from our extended shell stretch. And then we're going to take a turn over for our next exercise, our fourth stretch, our fourth exercise here. We're going to come onto our backs and we're going to try our happy baby pose here. So you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. Then you're going to bring your hands round, taking our hands to the outsides of our feet. You're going to have your elbows inside your knees or outside your knees, whatever you prefer. You're going to think about bringing your knees in towards you, pushing those feet wide, keeping nice and long through your spine. Again, think about aiming your tailbone away from you here, just to try and increase that stretch. And you might feel like it's nice to have a little rock side to side whilst you're here as well. Just taking some deep breaths again. Just think about relaxing into this stretch. And then if you slowly bring those feet back together, taking your legs down from here, that's our happy baby. And then we've got one more stretch to try. We're going to take a turn back over onto our hands and knees for this one. And we're going to try our puppy stretch. So from here, we're on our hands and knees, and then you're going to step your hands away from you. So stretch and lengthen those hands away, and think about stretching that chest towards the floor, and then just tucking your head down to the floor. And then for this one, you're going to try and think about pushing your tailbone up to the ceiling. So try and push that tailbone up to the ceiling, pushing back through those arms, stretching through our back. So you're going to feel that stretch coming all the way through your back, over your tailbone, and round through into those pelvic floor muscles. So think about taking that chest towards the floor. Again, taking a few deep breaths here. And then slowly sliding those hands back, pushing ourselves back up onto our hands and knees. And then you can take a sit around from there. So there's an idea of 5 exercises that you can try to help to stretch out and relax through your pelvic floor muscles. You might find that you get on with some of those better than others. You might find you've got your favourite ones that you like to try to use to help to effectively relax through your pelvic floor muscles. See how you get on with them. I really hope that they help.